Dang, jumped out. That's a nigga.
All right, Jake, I'm filming.
So guys, I'm in the hospital. I had to act.
What happens when hype, ego, and real power collide? This isn't just another boxing story. Jake Paul, one of sport's most divisive figures, lies in a hospital bed after a single punch from Gervonta, Tank, Davis. Now, with Jake finally speaking out from the hospital, everyone wants to know what really happened, and what does it mean for his career. It all started at what was meant to be a routine promotional event. As usual, Jake had the cameras on him, talking to the media, building hype, and feeding the spectacle that has kept him in the boxing spotlight. Then the dynamic changed. Gervonta Davis entered, and suddenly it was no longer about showmanship. It was about pride.
Fight! Since you lost, what's up, Jake? Where you going, Jake? Oh, he's running! He's running! Look at him!
The tension between Jake and Tank has been building for years. Jake openly mocked Tank, calling him overrated, too small, and overly protected by promoters. Tank fired back, dismissing Jake as just a YouTuber pretending to be a boxer. Neither backed down, and when they finally faced each other, all that pent-up animosity erupted.
Clown.
Yeah.
He's a clown.
Would you look at it as a joke if your team was like, yo, we want you to fight Jake Paul? Would you be like, come on, man?
I laugh at him. Like, you want me to fight him?
You think it'll ever come to the point where you're going to mix into, I mean, you're obviously doing the real shit, but will it ever mix into the point where the money's big enough
Yeah,
for
would you ever
to
do a
take-
fight like that?
I feel as though in my career I can't do that.
Witnesses report that Jake leaned in toward Tank, smirking, and whispered something that clearly hit a nerve. Some say he mentioned Tank's legal issues, while others believe it was a dig at Floyd Mayweather, someone Tank is closely linked to.
Floyd, I'm sorry. I'm just in a silly, goofy mood.
Whatever was said, Tank's expression shifted instantly. And then it happened. One perfectly timed punch, fast, precise, ruthless. Jake dropped before anyone could react. Security rushed in, cameras swung, and chaos erupted. Paramedics arrived as fans outside the venue tried to catch a glimpse of the scene. Jake was taken to the hospital, where doctors confirmed a concussion and a fractured jaw. From the hospital, Jake doubled down, saying Tank erred by touching him outside the ring, because now the world will see him finish it inside. He mocked Tank for avoiding real fighters like Shakur and Roach, promising to expose him. True to form, Jake turned the incident into fuel, casting himself as the underdog ready to fight Tank at any weight, anytime, anywhere.
He would beat the brakes off of you if you guys fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be down. Let's run it. Like, I'll be super, super down. I don't know if
Gervonta needs Jake Paul. Let's be clear, right?
is there a height limit in boxing?
But to truly grasp why this moment is so explosive, we need to rewind. Gervonta Davis had other unfinished business that makes a fight with Jake feel even more controversial.
Gervonta Davis on
wow.
Netflix. Let's go. People think that he could actually beat me, and people think he could outbox me, and he's so powerful and this and that. That's what makes it a good fight. November 14th, Netflix.
Before Tank even considered stepping into Jake Paul's circus, one name loomed over him: Lamont Roach. Their first fight wasn't expected to be close. Tank, the knockout artist, was supposed to dominate. Instead, Roach gave him the fight of his life.
I think he was here. He came in my locker room.
Shakur Stevenson?
He wasn't in my locker room.
Jake Paul?
Next question.
By the time the final bell rang, many fans felt Tank had been lucky to secure the win. That performance shattered his aura of invincibility. Suddenly, the fighter who once intimidated entire divisions didn't seem untouchable anymore.
Oh, nice double left hook by Roach to the body and then to the head. Right there it is. Oof. And oh, Davis just got backed up with a counter right from Roach.
That's a big moment in
Load with the left. Oh, and that right, but Davis took off some of the steam of the punch, but still, Roach leaned with right.
He took a knee.
He took a knee. What is he doing?
He forgot his...
Nice.
Wow.
Combination from Roach. Oh, another right hand, another right left by Roach. and it got just over around 11 as well.
Maybe him getting fouled.
Davis fighting on even terms here in the 11th. Both of them have landed.
Has to keep doing that. Roach said the familiarity knows his weaknesses. It's one thing to say it.
The decision is a majority draw.
Here's the wild part. Roach had a rematch clause built in. He knew that by pushing Tank to the limit, the demand for a second fight would skyrocket, and he was right. The boxing world wanted answers. Had Roach exposed Tank? Could Tank redeem himself and prove the first fight wasn't a fluke?
I went to Lamont Roach. What I didn't like about Tank, he was gassing up Lamont Roach way too much. And he was already talking about retiring.
He seemed a little distracted, didn't he, in the fight?
That wasn't the same Gervonta Davis we're really used to seeing.
It just lets you know how corrupt these governing bodies are, bro. If that dude took a knee, not only did he take a knee, he's like, hold on real quick. Let me get this out of my eye. How is that not a point?
Funny thing, bro, that's why I cut my braids off. I had braids and I had the same thing. I went through the same shit. When I fought Andre, that shit was burning my eyes, so I cut.
But instead of closure, the rematch fell apart. Roach was left frustrated, calling out Tank for dodging him. In that void, Tank shifted focus. He left Roach behind and signed on to face Jake Paul.
I already signed. My first contract is signed for an immediate rematch in the case of a draw or if I win. So I'm already contractually signed to a rematch. It's on him. I hope we can get it done because I want to show the world again that wasn't a...
For Roach, it was the ultimate insult. To fans, it seemed like Tank was avoiding redemption and chasing a payday instead. That shadow looms over the Jake Paul fight. Tank still hasn't answered the Roach question. And let's be honest, Jake Paul didn't show up as a normal opponent. He came with his own insane rules, demanding the fight at 195 pounds. Keep in mind, Tank fights at 135, a 6-weight class jump. To put it in perspective, it's like asking a welterweight lion to battle a cruiserweight hippo and calling it fair.
Was to it with you and Tank actually being a thing? Was that something that was talked about?
Yeah, no, it was highly talked about and in negotiations and almost ready to make happen, but he has to do his rematch with Lamont and get that W, and then we'll be able to run it back. But
no headgear, no easy escapes, just straight knockouts on the line. This isn't boxing tradition. It's basically a sanctioned street fight. Jake is counting on his size, while Tank, though deadly at lightweight, has never proven himself near 195 pounds.
They just announced the fight. What's your instant reaction to that?
I don't know what's going to happen with a 135-pounder going up against a 200-pounder. I think it's not a real fight. Jake just too big. Tank ain't gonna be able to get in from that jab. Jake land one good punch on Tank, it's over.
This is where fans are divided. Some argue Tank was insane for agreeing, while others claim Jake is hiding behind his size. One thing is clear. The weight difference makes this fight unlike anything boxing has seen in years.
195. It would be an exhibition.
Okay, so it was going to be an exhibition, not sanctioned, but no restrictions. You could knock each other out and shit like that. It was going to be at a catch weight of 195 pounds, 10 rounds, 3 minutes. I've been trying to figure this out. Why was I a Tank hater for wanting to see Tank go up 5 pounds to get some smoke with like Teofimo Lopez or something? I just wanted to see him go up 5 pounds and fight Teofimo Lopez. And all of you are saying, you want Tank hurt, Showbiz. You a hater. You want him hurt. Then I'm convinced, okay, he's too small, but he can fight Jake at 195?
Here's the uncomfortable truth. Tank Davis isn't the same fighter he once was. In his prime, stepping into the ring with him was like walking into a nightmare. His reputation alone could rattle opponents before the first punch. One mistake, and it was lights out. But that fear factor is fading. Fans see his drive for legacy slipping, replaced by a chase for paychecks. Instead of facing the best, like Shakur Stevenson or a rematch with Roach, Tank is going after fights that make headlines, not history.
his missus. He obviously needs the money, and Jake Paul is the money fighting boxing.
How the hell do you go from potentially fighting a heavyweight in Anthony Joshua to now going all the way down and facing Tank Davis? That's a major weight drop. It's an exhibition, so it's not a real fight.
No, so apparently it's going to be a hybrid, which just means it's bullshit. But Netflix are in the entertainment industry. We all paid to see Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson at 60 years old fighting an old man in a walker. Now you're going to see Jake Paul fight Tank Davis, and I'm going to be honest with you, Jake Paul should be the favorite. He's got the weight advantage.
Size advantage.
He's got the size advantage. Reach. Say what you want, it's going to be an entertaining fight.
I mean, this is a real boxer. People are asking, fight a real boxer. This is one of the best boxers in the world. But the fact that it's an exhibition.
Even his body language has shifted. The killer instinct that once defined him doesn't seem as sharp. Critics argue he's more focused on Instagram flexes and millionaire moves than proving he's still boxing's boogeyman.
Hung him up, shoes off, get the bag, put a plaque up, he done. Tank is done.
When you say done, you mean like not fighting anymore?
Tank is checked out mentally. Tank is gone mentally. Tank looking for the big bag, of Jake Paul, Pacquiao, something solo, and he's looking to, hey, I'll see you later. Tank is standing. He's not gonna fight Shakur Stevenson at all. At all. I don't care how much money Turkey offered, get him 4 Lamborghinis, whatever. Tank ain't taking that fight.
That's why Jake Paul's punch is so symbolic. It's not just another brawl, it's a reminder that Tank is putting himself in high-risk situations where the reward isn't legacy, it's clout.
I call bullshit.
Me too.
I call bullshit.
$200 million is a lot of money.
That'd be the most any athlete's ever made in one event, in one night. Where are they getting that money?
I mean, it's Netflix.
Okay. Mike Tyson didn't make that. Jake Paul didn't make that.
Yeah. 20 million, I would believe, not 200 million.
20 million seems realistic.
That's a lot.
Even because Netflix is bigger, but there's no pay-per-view model. So, and Gervonta is a big pay-per-view draw, especially for being a lighter weight class.
Yeah.
So 20 to even 40 I can get.
Oof, that's a lot.
40 I can understand.
When push comes to shove, though, like 20.
Like Canelo's getting that 40.
Yeah.
But Gervonta Davis, he was, especially on Showtime, he's a big pay-per-view star.
Yeah.
He's a knockout artist.
Mm-hmm.
200 mil is just completely false.
God, Jake is so much bigger.
Yeah, man.
I mean, so much bigger.
I don't get it. If he thinks this is going to make him legitimate in boxing, I just don't.
Here's the big picture. If Jake Paul somehow beats Gervonta Davis, the boxing world would be turned upside down. A YouTuber turned boxer would have officially dethroned one of the sport's most feared fighters, shattering Tank's credibility.
Tank Davis' boxing career, real boxing career, championship is over because, of the Jake Paul fight. It would be sad for boxing. I don't know for that to be the case. But if he make, in excess of 30, 40 million.
They reported $40 million.
I don't know what I don't know what he does after that. Does he come back to boxing and defend those titles? I don't know, bro. So I don't know if could this be the last time we see Tank Davis in a real championship fight? Was Lamont Roach the last fight that we see of him like that? I don't know. But if it is, that would be a tough pill to swallow for boxing.
But if Tank wins, what does he truly gain? Critics will argue he just beat a much bigger YouTuber, not a genuine rival in his division. That's the dilemma. This fight grabs attention, but it doesn't repair the cracks in Tank's legacy.
Gervonta Davis's guarantee.
I call bullshit.
Me too.
I call bullshit.
$200 million is a lot of money.
That'd be the most any athlete's ever made in one event, in one night. Where are they getting that money?
I mean, it's Netflix.
Okay. Mike Tyson didn't make that. Jake Paul didn't make that.
Yeah. 20 million, I would believe, not 200 million.
20 million seems realistic.
That's a lot.
Even because Netflix is bigger, but there's no pay-per-view model. So, and Gervonta is a big pay-per-view draw, especially for being a lighter weight class.
Yeah.
So 20 to even 40 I can get.
Oof, that's a lot.
40 I can understand.
When push comes to shove, though, like 20.
Like Canelo's getting that 40.
Yeah.
But Gervonta Davis, he was, especially on Showtime, he's a big pay-per-view star.
Yeah.
He's a knockout artist.
Mm-hmm.
200 mil is just completely false.
God, Jake is so much bigger.
Yeah, man.
I mean, so much bigger.
I don't get it. If he thinks this is going to make him legitimate in boxing, I just don't get what he...
As soon as news of Tank's punch and Jake's hospital comments hit the internet, the boxing world erupted. Most fans, however, were deeply concerned about the weight difference.
Paul shouldn't he?
No, he shouldn't.
But
you don't think? Sorry. So, I thought we were all unanimous here. Do you think that Jake Paul beats Gervonta Davis?
70
pounds is 70 pounds.
Gervonta Davis is very small. 5'5".
He's tiny, bro.
5'5".
That's
You
what I'm
got
saying.
Jake Paul
He's a
6'1".
little man.
If Jake Paul's tucking up,
move on,
and absorbing punishment for walking forward, then look, there's a way to one.
Shakur Stevenson didn't hold back, calling the whole situation a circus. He argued that Tank choosing Jake Paul over him proves he's dodging real competition. For Shakur, it was personal. He's been chasing Tank for years, only to see him distracted by the spectacle with Jake.
Paul and Tank Davis, it's a legit question. And I actually want to really hear your thoughts on who do you think is going to win. Because I know what Vegas is saying, but I want to know what you think. You got
Personally, I think Tank too little, bro.
Yo,
I think Tank too little.
I'm so glad you have a brain on your fucking shoulder.
I think Tank too little.
I said, bro.
I think Tank's too little. That's what I'm saying. That weight class is for a reason.
Davis
that weight class is for a reason.
5'5", 135 pounds. Jake Paul is 6 feet, 205 pounds.
That's what I'm saying.
Bro.
He's too
6'1",
little.
205. Everybody's like, yeah, bro, but Tank it only takes one good punch. Yes, it takes one good punch when you're about the same size. There's a 60, 70 pound difference in weight in these people. I don't think nobody puts the physics in mind. Jake Paul gets punched in the face by dudes 200 pounds with all their might on a weekly basis. 135 pound puncher, bro. If y'all remember the Mayweather versus Conor McGregor fight, Conor walks around like 180 on the regular. He's like 5'9", 180. Mayweather's like 5'7", 145. That 30 pound difference, bro. If you remember that fight, Mayweather was putting mittens on Conor. Guess what happened to Conor? He didn't hit the ground once.
No.
He lasted all 12 rounds getting hit with flurries. I'm talking about Mayweather was having his time. He's being cocky with it, hitting him with all kind of combos. And we're watching the last 3 rounds of that shit like, yo, knock him out. And you know what? He could not knock him out because Conor gets punched by people that are 170, 180 pounds on a regular. And just that 20, 30 pound difference, it was like impossible for him to do anything. And that's exactly what I feel like is going to happen versus Jake.
Rolly Romero took the opposite stance, saying, "Let Tank get his money. Boxing is a business, and if Jake brings the bag, why not take it?"
What do you think of that?
I think that's terrible.
Why?
I mean, I get it because at the end of the day, it's the money business, and you want to make the most money. But from what I'm hearing, he can make more money in a fight with me. And if that's the case, why not fight me?
Sure. Do you think he beats Jake Paul?
Do I think he beats Jake? Yeah. I mean,
it's a huge size advantage, though.
It is, but I think Tank got the skills to make sure he come out on top.
Do you think that Jake has gone better?
Yeah, I think actually Jake got tremendously better from the time frame that he started till now. And in the right situation, I also could see him become a world champion.
Teofimo Lopez congratulated both fighters, praising the scale of the event. From his perspective, if fans are paying, it's worth it. Then there are voices outside the boxing world, like Daniel Cormier, who actually backed Jake, noting that he's been training seriously, has size, and isn't the amateur everyone thinks he is.
Like to beat him or even like knock him out?
Dude, Tank's a 3-division world champion, 4-time 3-division world champion. At the end of it, bro, you can't take anything away from him. Bro, you can't be mad at somebody for doing what they feel is best for them. It's the same way Roach feels Tank is the best option for him. Same way that Stevenson thinks Tank's the best option for him, or like all that stuff, right? At the end of it, bro, we just want to do what's best for ourselves, right?
Facts.
Right or wrong?
Facts.
So just do what's best for you.
That's a wrap for today's video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our upcoming content. Share your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video.